And today we are taking a fascinating and honestly really fun deep dive into something unexpected.
We are. We're looking at the song lyrics of Donnie Doom's big anthem, Rum On Over.
That's right. And we're not just treating it as music, we're looking at it as a sort of a concise cultural narrative.
Yeah, we're going to peel back the layers here and get into the core themes. Modern escapism, the way he contrasts responsibility and indulgence.
And all the little humorous tricks he uses to really define this character's mindset.
And it works right away because the song just tells you who his audience is in that spoken intro.
Yeah.
For anyone who's had a long week, a long morning.
Or, and I love this one, honestly, just woke up. That progression is so key. It's not just a Friday feeling. It tells you right away that the commitment here is to immediate gratification. The need to escape is basically a default state.
Right. It's not situational anymore. It's existential.
Yeah.
And it needs an immediate, probably rum-based solution.
Which really frames our whole analysis. This is a tight story about that tension between what you have to do and what you want to do.
And every single word choice, from the complaints about the job to the cocktail he orders, it all builds this case for just avoiding modern pressure.
Okay, so let's get into it. The defiance has to start somewhere, right? And verse 1 gives us the catalyst, and it is just so relatable.
It is. It's the sheer exhaustion of just trying to be an adult.
The lyrics say it perfectly. I've been working all week, trying hard to act grown.
And that phrase, act grown, is such a telling detail, isn't it?
It really is.
It implies that being responsible, it's not your natural state. It's
Yeah.
it's a performance, an exhausting one.
You're wearing a costume of competence that just doesn't quite fit, and you're ready to rip it off. It speaks to that pressure to keep up this professional front, even when you're just not feeling it.
And the specific misery isn't even about the hard work itself. It's about the language.
Right. The boss keeps talking spreadsheets in a language I don't condone.
That's just brilliant. He's not complaining about work. He's rejecting the entire system of accountability.
What do you mean by that?
Well, spreadsheets are all about metrics, control, structure. And by rejecting the language, he's basically saying the demands themselves aren't valid. If you don't speak spreadsheet, you can't be governed by it.
So that rejection of structure is what lets him make such a quick escape. It's physical. He grabbed my flip-flops, left my dignity at the door.
And that's the price of admission. Dignity. That's what you have to give up to get into this world.
Because dignity is tied to acting grown, right? It's the professional restraint that makes you sit in that meeting.
Yes. And to really escape, you have to shed that completely.
But doesn't leaving your dignity at the door also mean you're, kind of self-aware about it? It's not just mindless. It's a calculated choice.
Oh, it's absolutely calculated. And this is where the modern twist comes in, which I think is fascinating. The escape isn't some spontaneous breakdown.
No, it's scheduled.
It's scheduled. Because the tiki bar texted me saying, happy hour wants you back for more.
Okay, I have to pause on that. A text message. Doesn't that sort of undermine the whole idea of spontaneous rebellion? You're using the same tech that chains you to your work email.
That's a great point. And if you were looking for pure, off-the-grid anarchy, then yeah, it would fail.
Yes.
But I think what's so interesting is how it normalizes the escape. The very tool of obligation is now summoning you away from it. It turns hedonism into a kind of scheduled convenience.
So the defiance becomes accessible. You don't have to plan a meltdown.
Exactly. You just wait for the ping.
Yeah.
The system that traps you also gives you the release valve.
So once he's in this escape zone, what are the rules? The chorus lays out the main idea right away. And to me, this is the thesis of the whole song.
If life's a beach, then I'm the guy who forgot to pay.
Yes.
It's just a masterful line. It's an admission of failure, but also a celebration of it.
He's enjoying the beach, the sun, all the good stuff.
While openly admitting he's skipping the bill.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he's dodging responsibility, and he's not just okay with it. He's, proud of it.
It's like a kind of tropical nihilism. I refuse to pay for happiness, but I'm going to take it anyway.
And that refusal dictates everything, right down to his drink order. He's not getting something mild.
No, he demands it. Pour me a hurricane. Let the breeze take full control.
And a hurricane cocktail is perfect, isn't it? It's a force of nature, uncontrollable.
He's literally asking to give up control. He wants the rum to take over so he doesn't have to worry about anything anymore.
The commitment is total.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the rules of this place, which he lays out in that first spoken interlude.
He calls it a judgment-free zone.
And then immediately, and I mean immediately, contradicts himself.
And that's the whole joke. It's judgment-free except for this one very specific person.
The person who ordered a diet soda at a beach bar. He says, we're all silently judging you. That line tells you everything about the rules of this rebellion.
So why the diet soda? Why is that the one unforgivable sin here?
Because it's about moderation. It's about still trying to control something, to manage your intake, to hold on to some shred of responsibility.
You're still acting grown, even in the escape zone.
Exactly. That person hasn't truly left their dignity at the door. They're still calculating. And that calculation ruins the whole fantasy of just letting go.
That person is the perfect foil for him.
Speaking of foils, this whole idea sets up the next conflict, which is classic relationship drama in verse 2. The ex called him irresponsible.
Which he admits is kind of fair, that self-awareness again. He's not fighting the label, he's owning it.
He embraces it, but what's interesting is even she admitted he had a certain skill. She never complained when I mixed her drinks with flair.
Right. So he might not be responsible, but he's a master of creating these little moments of escape for other people. He has irresponsible flair.
He's a purveyor of joy, just not a provider of stability, which brings us to his ultimate opposite.
The new guy, the dentist, living life all neat and clean.
I mean, could you pick a more perfect foil? A dentist represents everything he isn't. Stability, hygiene, preventative care, scheduled appointments.
Success. The kind of person who definitely pays for life's speech.
Well, our guy just forgot. The contrast is perfect. The dentist's life is neat and clean.
And our protagonist's life. He's here with a solo cup and a view that's downright obscene.
That word choice, obscene, is so deliberate. It takes what should be a negative and turns it into something desirable.
It's a rebellion against the neat and clean world. His view, his life is messy and loud and therefore more authentic, more fun.
He's choosing the solo cup over the porcelain veneers every single time.
And he reinforces that choice in the second spoken interlude. He kind of teases the idea of changing his ways.
I pretend I'm going to make better choices tomorrow.
And then just cuts it off. If you believe that, you're adorable.
It's so good. It's this intentional shutdown of any hope for reform. He's making it clear that he isn't on some journey to self-improvement. He's actively rejecting it.
Which takes us right into the bridge where he has this little internal debate that lasts for all of about 2 seconds.
Right. He poses the question, maybe tomorrow I'll be wiser. Maybe I'll chase a noble goal.
But that noble goal is immediately swapped for something way more immediate.
And way more tangible. But tonight I'm chasing coconut rum. Like it's good for my soul.
And that's where I think the theme really deepens, that connection between the rum and his soul.
Yes. It's not just a distraction or a vice anymore. The lyrics are framing it as like a genuine form of spiritual rejuvenation.
The rum becomes the therapy. It's the solution he actually understands, unlike spreadsheets.
And you see this idea of, consumable spirituality everywhere now. We look for deep fulfillment in things we can buy or experience right away. For him, it's coconut rum.
And he ties that directly back to the chorus. Let the good times refill my soul. The rum is literally the antidote to acting grown.
It replaces all the energy he lost during the week.
Which allows him to reach his final goal, right? In the last chorus, he finally achieves total mental separation from his problems.
If trouble finds me, tell it I'm on vacation, no big deal.
That's the victory lap. He has successfully built a wall around himself made of rum and good vibes. The escape is complete.
He's unreachable. It's a declaration of sovereignty.
So when we pull it all together, what this deep dive really shows is a narrative that just completely embraces this idea of irresponsible flair.
Yeah, as a survival tool against the modern world.
It's a very self-aware guide to choosing immediate, maybe undignified joy over the neat and clean life you're supposed to want.
And it's self-aware right to the very end. That final spoken outro where he jokes that the song gets a lot better after 2 more drinks.
It's the ultimate meta joke. The art itself is only validated by being intoxicated. It's a self-justifying cycle of pure joy.
The song basically gives you permission to reject the dentist and just embrace your own, slightly messy self.
So we've looked at how this character uses tropical escapism to run from spreadsheets and dentists, and I think that leaves a question for you to think about.
Yeah, what's that specific small, dignity-free ritual that you use? When you need to just throw structure out the window for a minute and let the good times refill your soul.
Think about that one little thing that symbolizes your own private rebellion against acting grown. Something to mull over until our next deep dive.